AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 51 degrees at 10 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Two local school districts presenting budget plans for the next school year. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
In Upper St. Clair, the school board gave preliminary approval of a proposed $111 million budget with a 3% tax increase, about $18 more per month for the average homeowner. Leaders cite rising health care, electricity costs, and property assessment issues. Meanwhile, Seneca Valley is proposing a $187 million budget with a 3.5% tax increase, adding about $131 a year for the median property. Both districts say the increases stay within state limits and avoid cuts to student programs. Final votes are expected in the coming weeks. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Apple has agreed to a $250 million settlement in a class action lawsuit over false advertising of Siri's AI capabilities. Jim Crisula reports.
The lawsuit claims Apple misled consumers by promoting features that did not exist when the iPhone 16 launched in 2024. If the settlement is approved, owners of those phones could receive at least $25 and up to $95 for each eligible device. Apple sold about 37 million of the iPhone 16 devices.
Pittsburgh's pools are getting some new chairs and loungers. They'll be available when the pools open on June 15th. The city says they purchased nearly 300 of the chairs. They'll be divvied out based on pool usage and the size of available deck space. The city also says it's still looking for lifeguards, by the way. The next training class starts today. Police have arrested a Florida woman who allegedly kicked a player at her son's Pop Warner football game. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace reports.
The Lee County Sheriff's Office says video shows Renee Lambert running out onto the field during a confrontation between the two teams in Fort Myers and kicking one of the boys. A deputy tracked Lambert down in the parking lot and detained her.
So you mad at them for hitting me?
I'm mad at an adult for attacking a kid.
Move.
Stop.
Lambert claimed a player hit her with his helmet and she retaliated, but deputies say she was never hit. She's charged with cruelty toward a child without causing great bodily harm and resisting an officer. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A number of bills are now headed to the governor's desk for his signature. They include two that would modernize the midwife profession in Pennsylvania. Another updates the state's accessibility code, and the other changes the state's dental law, which would allow dental students and faculty to practice in a wider range of facilities, including those that are owned or operated by a dental school. On Wall Street, investors are optimistic today. The Dow is currently up more than 1%, up 547 points. The Nasdaq also up more than 1% at 256 points higher, and the S&P 500 currently higher to the tune of 61 points. KDK's Paul.
We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I have some exciting news to share. To celebrate the opening of my newest gallery in the South Hills at 3150 Washington Road, McMurray, Nest Expressions is offering free motorization on Hunter Douglas duets and their newest fabric slatted shade Aria. So call today or simply book online at nestexpressions.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
Oh, thanks, Marty. We have an accident still working here on the line between Shadyside and East Liberty. Heads up on Penn Avenue at 5th Avenue for the crews who are working there. Coming inbound from the eastern suburbs, you still have a lot of company on the Parkway East. You're backing up right around the Wilkinsburg interchange as you make your way inbound toward the Squirrel Hill tunnels there. 28 looks good, as does the Parkway North, I-279, but coming out of the northern suburbs by way of Route 65, just beware, just north of the McKees Rocks Bridge, they have some daylight construction zone lane restrictions there where traffic is down to a single lane in each direction. That's causing some heavy backups stacking between Kendall and Millerton as you make your way down to the Rocks Bridge there. Parkway West on the inbound ride backs before the top of Green Tree Hill. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
After a rainy morning this afternoon will be mostly cloudy and much cooler than yesterday. The high 58. Cloudy early tonight, some clearing late, and chilly, though 39 to 43. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun, a cool day with a shower late, the high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Unless you're a insider, which I consider myself to be, I would imagine you'd be a bit alarmed. And I'm guessing they're hearing about this. By headline, I saw it like 4:30 this morning when I woke up. And because I know this structure of UPMC and how they operate, I blew it off. But I did think to myself, who the hell writes headlines like that? And then the piece itself is alarming. Reports indicate 3 UPMC hospitals at risk of closure. Whoa. From Medicaid cuts. Now, Medicaid is imploding, and systems like UPMC are being buried as a result. However, they ain't going nowhere. But when you see a headline that says reports identifies 3 UPMC hospitals at risk of closure from Medicaid cuts, and they identify Mercy, which is an insanely beautiful facility, and they're building $1 billion friggin' facility there. $1 billion. UPMC McKeesport, always been a little shaky. McKeesport and Green, okay. I had to address it, and fortunately we have Paul Wood with UPMC to address it, and he joins us this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
So the headline does scare the hell out of people. Why wouldn't it, right?
Yeah, I think people should take this report with a huge salt. Especially independent rural hospitals and independent hospitals serving underserved communities. But for UPMC, here's where it misses the mark. It failed to recognize that every hospital UPMC operates is part of an integrated system. We don't operate these hospitals as standalone independent hospitals. So what does this mean? By a system approach, this means that our hospitals can share specialists, share support staff, share technology, share best practices, share clinical programs. So we don't duplicate every specialty at every location. We try to organize our system so that patients get the right care in the right place. For example, all 40-some of our hospitals do not have a pediatric unit. That's done at UPMC Children's. If you need cancer care like you did earlier a couple years ago, Marty, it's mostly going to be done at Hillman Cancer Center at UPMC Shadyside. If you need complex neurosurgery, it's mostly going to be done at UPMC Presbyterian. And UPMC Mercy, which came up in this report, is really a vital part of our network. It is the busiest level 1 trauma center in the city.
Whoa.
It has a nationally recognized burn care unit. It has a nationally recognized inpatient rehabilitation. So we get people to the right hospital where they get the right care for what they need.
You said something that is spot on, sir. So people get what he's saying about rural hospitals and Medicaid, which is generally for folks who are either older or poor, quite frankly. And so the federal government has slashed their contribution to Medicaid by over $900 billion. However, UPMC still has to operate those hospitals, and you get crushed by that. Do you not, sir?
It is certainly a factor, and that will impact how we operate, or how it will impact our performance from a financial standpoint. But again, we look at our hospitals from an overall system standpoint. We don't look at, is hospital A, which happens to be in the rural area, technically losing money because Medicaid reimbursements have gone down, versus hospital B, which is in a different urban area, which gets higher reimbursements from commercial insurers, is doing better from a profit standpoint. We don't look at our performance on a hospital-by-hospital basis. We look at it on an overall system basis, and we manage it on a system basis. So, we're committed to continue to provide, high quality. We spent $550 million to build, and it is absolutely a wonderful place. It's been around for 179 years. We're committing to keeping that care accessible and strong.
Paul Wood, UPMC McKeesport, sir. Is that going anywhere?
McKeesport is, I've been here for over 18 years now, and I've heard every year that McKeesport's going to be closed. It's still here, and what we're doing with McKeesport is, that community has shrunk a lot, the region has shrunk a lot, the demographics in that region have changed a lot, and what we've been doing with McKeesport over the years is reconfiguring the services that it offers, and in many cases we're adding services.
And fair, sir.
I think it's fair from the report. Independent going to be impacted. I think we have to make sure that we manage them appropriately, and I think we have a pretty long track record of doing that successfully. I think the report and how it's been reported by the media without asking these key critical questions that you've asked, Marty, has been a real disservice to the community, to the people who work in these hospitals, and to UPMC.
Before we go, got it to your horn and mine. We have a very special show next week. Can you talk about it at all, sir?
We certainly do. Next Tuesday, you're going to be in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Certainly do. Next Tuesday, you're going to be in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hearing that we were able to affiliate with that hospital, and since then, nothing but good has happened to UPMC Jameson. We've added services. We've expanded the number of beds that are there. We've expanded the School of Nursing. UPMC Jameson is a real jewel in our crown, if you will, of hospitals that we've affiliated with over the past several years, and it's doing so much better now than it was doing 10 years ago. And Marty,
I raised hell, brother. Let's be honest.
Crown jewels, and it is a thriving, well-run, well-managed hospital that has added services, and more and more people are coming to that hospital than ever before.
Did I get a wing named after me? No. Did I get a parking space named after me?
Underneath the Liberty Bridge, so kind of as you're approaching that Grant Street off-ramp, watch out for slowdowns around that. Behind that, if you've come in from the eastern suburbs or are planning to, you will be in line between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale as you approach the Squirrel Hill tunnels there. Parkway West on the inbound ride still solid at the top of Green Tree Hill. Just check that out with the PennDOT cameras. The outbound ride toward the airport in the western suburbs, very nice by comparison. Watch for heavy traffic as you come across the North Shore Expressway past the Fort Duquesne Bridge and heading over to the ramps for 279 and 28. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why deal with crowded hotels and packed pools when you can have the whole place to yourself? At SWAC Vacation Rentals, some homes come with private lazy rivers, indoor pools, massive game rooms, and outdoor kitchens built for the whole crew. These aren't hotel rooms, they're private vacation playgrounds, managed by us, cared for by us, and ready when you arrive. And when you book direct, you keep more of your vacation budget where it belongs, with you. Find your unforgettable stay at SWAC. SWACK vacations.com. That's SWACvacations.com.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost, actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof, NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
It's that time of year again. Be Greek for a week at the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral Food Festival in Oakland. Tuesday through Sunday, all of your favorite Greek foods and desserts. Outdoor seating too. Dine in or take out. Opa! Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition too. It's eggs any style as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
The Pittsburgh Power and Fitness Festival returns May 16th and 17th at the DLCC. Witness elite bodybuilding, strength sports, and martial arts. Shop the massive expo and meet fitness celebrities. Get tickets now at hitspowerfit.com.
Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC. Love it.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Suggesting that they're at risk for closure, which they're not. You heard him say that. Let's stress that. But let me tell you about Medicaid and what's happening. So you know, it covers millions of people. However, those folks are generally going to be low income, okay, or older, or folks with disabilities. How poor? Incomes up to 138% of the federal poverty level, because that area is extremely low income, with all due respect to McKeesport. And the same with Green, very, very poor. The folks that go there are poor. So they have Medicaid. So what happens? They get X treatment. Let's say it costs $100. UPMC might get $20 in a reimbursement. And so that's where we're at. And that's why this report suggested that those hospitals might be at risk. But as Paul Wood just stated, there is no sort of independence to these facilities. They all work in unison with the plan to treat the people that need treated and make it work. And that's what is happening. Do not fall prey to these nasty headlines, which suggest that, if you read this morning, report identifies very few resources. But when you report on a story this significant in this town involving UPMC Mercy, for God's sakes, come on, man. You cannot lead with a headline saying they could close. You cannot do that unless it's true, and it's not. And to Paul's point, and he's right, one phone call, Paul Wood returns all calls, just does. He's that cool. One call answers your question. But what happens is you get the work, You get there at 4:30 in the morning, you see a headline, and you write something. And then it goes out as UPMC is in trouble. UPMC Mercy is in trouble. And none of that's true. Okay? Okay. From one of my doctor friends, the state did force these issues. They tried to force Jameson to close, actually. UPMC got involved and saved it. By the way, UPMC did the same thing in Washington. Same thing. And we got involved with Washington Hospital as well. I say this all the time. We have this platform for a reason. We are here for a reason, to make a friggin' difference. And if we can't make a difference, then why are we here? We're here to make sure that facilities like Jameson stay open. To facilities like Washington Hospital stay open because folks need health care, period. And I'm proud to be part of any movement that tells the truth and maintains health care for folks who need it desperately. And I got to give love to Paul Wood for straightening it all out and for coming on air. I know he's extremely busy. When we come back, I want to talk about what Ken and Mac decided to do, take away Chromebooks from little kids. I want to talk about why this is vital. I want to talk about why this matters and why I talk about phones should be next. Right? Right, folks. We'll be right back.
I'm Heath Pierce, former U.S. men's national team player with stops in the Bundesliga, MLS, Denmark, and Sweden. You can predict the Summer Soccer Showcase action all the way to the final match with FanDuel Predicts. All you have to do is sign up to get your $25 bonus. From the opening game to the final whistle, stay locked in with every pass, every goal, and every moment that moves us closer to crowning a champion. Sign up for your $25 bonus on FanDuel Predicts. Go to FanDuel.com/predicts to sign up. That's FanDuel.com/predicts to get your $25 bonus. And listen to Orange Slices, sponsored by FanDuel Predicts, on the Odyssey app or any major streaming platform. Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant, 18+. Bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risks and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with our consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus offer terms.
Magnificent May savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. In our meat department, 85% lean fresh ground round is $4.99 a pound. In the produce department, whole seedless watermelons, $4.99 each. In our deli, Sugardale Virginia Classic ham is $3.49 a pound. And additional savings this week, Dasani water, 24-pack, 16.9-ounce bottles, buy one, get one free.
It's all happening now at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Brian Schlaba here from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. Born and raised right here. Since 2015, we've helped over 1,000 Pittsburgh homeowners sell their houses quickly and without the stress. No repairs, cleanouts, inspections, or appraisals. We give fast and fair cash offers, buy your home as is, and you choose the closing day. Visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
Pittsburgh's local trusted home buyer since 2015.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Medicare can be confusing with all the rules, costs, and deadlines. Are you making the right choice for your future? Join MediConnect's free live webinars from the comfort of your home. No pressure, just clear, helpful information. Learn about Medicare, Parts A and B, how to avoid penalties, and if Medicare Advantage or Supplement is right for you. Get peace of mind. Register for the webinar by calling 888-818-6333insurance.com.
Stand to end the war with Iran. More on where things stand on the diplomatic front as a fragile ceasefire holds from CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro.
Axios is reporting that the White House does believe it's getting close to a one-page, 14-point memorandum of understanding that would declare an end to the war and set a 30-day window for negotiations on some of the meatier issues in this war, which is Iran committing to a moratorium on its nuclear enrichment, the lifting of U.S. sanctions that has crippled Iran's economy in the past decade, and both sides lifting their restrictions on transit in the Strait as the U.S. has maintained the blockade on Iranian ports.
Police are investigating after a woman's car and home in Homewood were sprayed with bullets last night. It happened around 8:30 on the 7300 block of Stranahan Street. One of the bullets hit the victim in her arm. She's last reported to be in stable condition at a local hospital. So far, police say they have no arrests or suspects. A Latrobe man is dead after his car slammed into a tree through the university's Life Solutions programs. On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is currently 562 points higher. The Nasdaq is 268 points higher, and the S&P 500 currently gaining 67. KDK Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
When you serve as someone's mentor, you are making an investment with a limitless return.
I cannot think of any one particular thing that costs enough for business and pay.
Get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com.
And treating people like family.
We've grown a lot since then, but those family values still guide every job we do. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Sat there with my wife and said, we have to have an estate plan. I mean this because I'm getting older. I had cancer. Who the hell knows? We sat down with Julian Gray at Gray Elder Law, and they put together an estate plan that protects us, protects our kids, and makes us feel good about the future. GrayElderLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. Folks, the best in this state at estate planning, GrayElderLaw.com.
This is Greg Truzinski of the Original Mattress Factory. People's last so long. The answer is simple. We build them right. Not only are OMF mattresses durable, they give you peace of mind from day one. When you invest in a mattress from OMF, you're investing in better sleep tonight and smart savings for years to come. No more frequent replacements, no more wasted time shopping. To learn more about the true value of durability, visit originalmattress.com and read our latest blog on getting the most from your mattress investment.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we know that convenience is key. That's why we've made mattress shopping simple and stress-free. Shop in-store or online, whatever works best for you. No high-pressure sales tactics or fake promotions. Our prices are clearly marked, and we openly compare our products to other brands. With our streamlined selection, you won't be overwhelmed by duplicate options, and our 365-day comfort policy provides for peace of mind. Experience the ease of buying factory direct. Visit OMF today for better sleep tonight.
It's that time of year again. Be Greek for a week at the St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Cathedral Food Festival in Oakland, Tuesday through Sunday. All of your favorite Greek foods and desserts. Outdoor seating too. Dine in or take out. Opa!
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is we have delays that are finally starting to ease off after a very wet start to the Wednesday morning rush hour and lots of accidents, but we are accident-free right now. The Parkway East inbound is slow go at Edgewood, Swissvale, and then you have the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Then after that, a little bit of sluggish traffic as you try to head inbound past the 2nd Avenue and Grant Street exits because of an earlier reported accident there. Parkway West on the inbound ride is backing right at the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp, and we do want to run over to the I-70 stretch of road as you travel near I-70, on I-70 rather, near exit 43 and exit 46 in Ross Draper Township, Westmoreland County. You could have some single lane restrictions in either direction there until 3 p.m. today, and some overnight restrictions from 6 tonight until 6 tomorrow morning. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Campbell on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We had a rainy morning across the area this afternoon. Plenty of clouds and much cooler than yesterday, the high 58. So clearing later tonight and chilly, though, 39 to 43. Intervals of clouds and sun and cool tomorrow with a late-day shower, high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The birds are singing, the flowers are in bloom, the sun is shining. What more can we ask for? Maybe to feel great and be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Isn't it time to take care of ourselves now? We put it off during the cold, dark, dreary days of winter. But it's time now. Get rid of that extra weight, which affects our movement, our physical health, and yes, affects our mental and emotional health. Have more self-confidence and self-esteem. Be happy, be healthy, be alive. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Love that song. There's this rule. It's the, hold on, let me get it up here because I'll forget it. The 369 12 rule, something like that. I think I'm pretty close on that. Yeah. No screen time before 3 years old. No personal gaming consoles before 6. No unsupervised internet before 9. No social media before 12 years old. Social media is a wonderful tool. It's been a blessing. It's a gift that keeps on giving for us. However, it's also dark, man. Kids get in a lot of trouble on it. They get distracted by it. It intrigued me this morning. I love Ken and Mac. I love the school system. Our kids ended up competing with those kids. They're wonderful people. They have great teachers. It's a great community. And I heard this piece about them limiting or taking away the use of Chromebooks. As an anecdotal story regarding Chromebooks, a significant number of students were recently caught cheating during class on a test using Chromebooks. That has nothing to do with this, but I'm just telling you what happens is these Chromebooks, everybody has them, but they can be abused and misused. Ken and Max says we're going to take them away from the young kids. Listen to this. Listen.
For the next academic year, Cannon-McMillan School District will eliminate Chromebooks for students in kindergarten to 2nd grade. Casey Cromwell's son Grayson will be in the 1st grade at Muse Elementary.
Affects their mood. We notice with him, the more he's on a screen or the more TV he watches, the more irritable he is, so we try to limit it.
We're probably the first in the area that I know of willing to do this and make this move.
How long have you all been talking about making this shift?
So we've made a concerted effort over the past few years to shift to reducing our screen time at all our levels, but in particular at our elementary level, where those students are most precious as far as their brain development.
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, today's kindergarteners and incoming students were infants, giving teachers and administrators a front row seat to the ramifications of remote learning. According to a 2025 national survey conducted by Lexia, kids born during the pandemic are entering kindergarten with fewer school readiness skills. Educator-olds have less foundational literacy, attention, and social-emotional development. Is this a way to undo some of the long-term impacts of the pandemic, like relying on technology to stay connected?
Technology wasn't, but now that, we're removed, a number of years from COVID, there's definitely we're seeing kids way too much using technology right now.
We want to swing that pendulum back to center. So at COVID, we swung too far out, and now we need to swing that back to center where technology is going to be part of our lives. We know that, everyone's lives. But we also know that being able to socialize, being able to critical think is just as important.
And moving forward, is the plan to eliminate screen time for all ages, all grades?
The lower level at the K-2 level, and then moving up through grades 3 through 6.
We want to utilize technology effectively. We have a very robust technology education program here, starting in grade 5 all the way through our high school. That's going to continue and will continue. What we're saying is when we're in the classroom environment at our elementary level, we want as much human-to-human interaction.
It's a move parents say puts students back at the center of the classroom, beyond the screen.
Good to see the school district is being proactive and thinking about the kids and their well-being.
Less is more, man. I find that we constantly have to tell our kids to put down their cell phones, but I have to do the same damn thing. And less is more. My wife's part of a group called Lebo Unplugged. They want this to happen, and they want the phones to be taken out of the system. It's brilliant. At some point, we're going to have to realize that face-to-face, direct, you look at me, I look at you, no distraction. Using myself as an example, if I don't have my phone in the drawer in the kitchen, if it's in my pocket, if I feel a vibration, I think it's the president calling. It's annoying. It annoys my family. It distracts from us focusing on each other at dinner. We always eat dinner together. And it's rude. My daughter and my wife were in a movie yesterday in Florida. And I'm texting with Chloe. She's 19. And she was texting me. Within 5 minutes, she said they were watching a movie. My point is, she shouldn't have had the phone. She shouldn't have been doing that in a movie. She should not have been doing that in a movie. At a very young level, we develop these habits. If Ken and Mac can teach these kids to do it this way, maybe they'll stick with it. Look, the Chromebook, whatever the hell it is, the iPhone, the iPad, whatever it is, the Mac, whatever it is, it's a wonderful tool. However, it's not the only way to learn. And if we teach them when they're young to use other resources to communicate, they'll be better off. It's why our kids don't date. I'm serious, man. They can't talk to other kids. They set up appointments on their cell phones. They break up on their cell phones. They do everything on their cell phones or their Chromebook. It's not healthy. Good for Ken and Mac. Here's the one issue I'll be worried about. Annoying, I'm a rash parents. I need my son to be on the Chromebook. It's how he communicates. Too bad, lady. Go somewhere else. If they can get this in K through 6, God bless them. It will allow teachers to make eye contact. It will allow students to make eye contact. As an anecdotal story, when my daughters were in high school, they had friends that were shopping on Amazon during class. They have friends that were cheating with Chromebooks in class. I'm not saying they're all bad devices. I'm saying good for you, Ken and Mac. Hell yeah, I love to see it. Great job. Love to see it every day. My wife is in a group called Mount Lebo Unplugged, and their plan, get phones out of schools. Hell yeah. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we still have some heavy delays if you're trying to get into or through downtown Pittsburgh. Parkway West on the inbound ride has sluggish traffic at the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Getting up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, you have some slow-go traffic, including in that bathtub section of 376 between Grant Street and the exit for Stanwyck Street. A little bit of sluggish traffic coming across from the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Parkway East on the inbound ride has bumper-to-bumper beginning for you at Edgewood. Swissvale 28 looks great, as does the Parkway North I-279. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people. It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Massive storms jacked up so many houses. Had a good friend call me, had a big tree on their house. Big. I texted Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. He was at the house within an hour with his crew cutting up and removing that massive tree. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Best training, best equipment, best pricing. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
I look at these restaurant closings and I go, okay, did the American consumer not think this bubble was going to burst? Yeah, stuff costs more. Yeah, gas costs more. Yeah, it's all passed on to you. And at some point you go, I really can't go out to eat as much. And then bang, the restaurant closes. But wasn't the problem that we had way too many to begin with?
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Do you have an invention idea but don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp today. We have representatives nationwide who will explain the InventHelp process step by step. Over 10,000 patents have been secured through InventHelp's patent referral services. The InventHelp databank includes thousands of companies who have agreed to review new ideas. We've been helping inventors since 1984. Let's help you next. Get started today.
Call 1-800-217-4380. That's 1-800-217-4380. Again, 1-800-217-4380.
What is it, boy? Someone need help? Someone in trouble?
Oh, okay. So you just want me to get Progressive Auto Insurance because their collision coverage covers up to $1,000 in vet bills if you're injured in an accident? That's it?
Okay, calm down. Let's not resort to name calling.
Progressive's collision coverage helps pay for care for your pet when they're in the car during an accident.
No, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said calm down.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage included with purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
Man, so you want a cake, and not just any cake, a special cake. Bespoke cake. Oakmont Bakery, brothers and sisters. On their site, 2,000 to 3,000 variations. Size, flavoring, icings, graphics, art, you name it, they'll do it. And it's with that personal family touch. It's Oakmont Bakery, folks, where everything is delicious.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest-lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411. PA 1565.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Tina from New York City asks, I'm 39 years old, but I'm feeling burnt out, and I want to know if I can take a break from work. I'm a primary caregiver for my elderly mom, and having a demanding job and managing her care for the past several years has taken its toll. In my various accounts, I'm approaching $1 million saved. Well, Tina, that burnout sounds real. Without knowing anything about the industry you're in, my only concern is the current labor market is a little tricky right now. If you're confident that you can take a break and then get back into the workforce, this should work.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
One thing is very clear.
CBS Mornings is clearly fun.
Watching Rocky with Rocky.
Morning, good vibes.
Gail came in singing for me today. CBS Mornings.
Weekdays at 7.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What do you do when a friend tells you they have pancreatic cancer? No, really. What do you do? How do you manage that? I'm serious. I don't know. I found out yesterday. Someone who's 60, which is pretty young. It's a tough one because my sister just died from pancreatic, and it's a journey into hell, man. You have to try to be positive. I actually sent him some new research on some actual therapies, quite frankly, that they've developed. Some vaccines that they're experimenting with that are having some efficacy. There's a certain surgery, this Whipple surgery, which is insanely difficult and limited to certain people with cancer of pancreatic nature. As you get out, and I do, and as you hear from so many people, and I do, you find that everybody has a my friend died from cancer story. It's just our lives as they evolve. One of the guys in the newsroom, without naming a name, grabbed me yesterday and said, I can't believe your sister, and Patrick is actually there. It kind of was a moment where we both smiled in a way, because this is how this goes. It takes you so fast that people don't even know your loved one's dead. And one of my friends in the newsroom who I don't see a lot said, it's amazing your sister's still alive. I said, she's dead. And my point is, it happened so fast, it's like a window shutting on your hand. It just is. One day you have hope, and then the next day you're hopeless, and you're crying, and you're laying in bed in the fetal position because your sister's dead. And I'm not trying to get all dark or apocalyptic on you, because I'm not that kind of guy, and quite frankly, my sister would not have wanted that. But what do you do when someone tells you they have pancreatic cancer? Let me help. What can I do? You could get into the data. It's a journey. And the survival rate is pushing up toward 10%. And quite frankly, when my friend Mike Pintek had it and died, watched him die actually on air, 3% survival rate. So here we are. And they say AI is providing infinite amount of information that might lead to detecting cancer sooner. And you know, I tell people this, and it doesn't offer a lot of solace, that half of us end up with cancer of some sort. I'm looking over to my right, and I'm thinking about my boy Patrick, because he is. And we have these journeys in life, and I'll get this stuff in my throat, and I'll think, here we go again. And I'll get examined and scans, and the stress of that always exists. And his wife has had 2 brain tumors. 2. So every time she has a scan, my man, what do you go through?
Yeah, there's anxiety, there's fear.
Hell yeah.
And you have to wait, and that makes it worse.
It just hangs out there.
It does.
Like a noose.
Yeah.
Seriously. And because Patrick is so chill and actually very kind and calm to a degree that I can't imagine sometimes, he handles it because she doesn't handle as well as he does. But the truth is that someone in the relationship has to handle it better than the other person, or else everybody cries.
Yeah, it all falls apart if somebody doesn't hold it together.
And what do you do when someone tells you they have pancreatic cancer? You hug them, actually. You hug them and say, I love you. And what can I do and how can I help? Because what they don't want to hear is your 4-hour story about how your sister just died, quite frankly. I got to the point when my sister was dying where everybody was telling me a story about how someone they loved died. And that's when you realize the devastating impact of cancer. However, if you do a little bit more research, you'll find that millions of people are surviving cancer that 10 years ago would be dead. Dead. So offer them hope and a hug. And uplift them. And direct them towards the best doctors and medical care you know. And I say, look, they saved my life, they can save yours. Don't say, oh my God, you're dead in 2 years. Please, please don't. Please don't do that.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Just don't do it. Just don't go another day climbing in and out of that unsafe, ugly old bathtub. Today's the day to step into a gorgeous new shower from PJ Fitzpatrick. The jacuzzi shower system from PJ Fitzpatrick features a low entry threshold. Just walk right in. The jacuzzi shower is luxurious, affordable, and installs in just 1 day. Plus, PJ will include a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Visit trustpj.com today for your free design consultation.
I have serious problems with my voice. Cancer-related stuff. I end up with probably the best speech therapist, surgeon, doctor in the world at UPMC. Spent 2 days with them. Different breathing, different medications. And you probably noticed my voice has been better than ever. My point is, when you get engaged with UPMC, they make sure you're okay. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
You know Zero Res, the zero residue carpet cleaner that leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Don't risk it with the other guys and skip the DIY disasters that leave your carpets soaked for days. Keep the mud outside where it belongs, not trapped in your carpets. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet Zero Resified starting at just $139. Call 412-701-1188 or visit ZeroResPGH.com and ask for the KDKA special.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 53 degrees and raining at 11 o'clock. I'm David Bollerado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For all your homes, windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. A new report from Public Citizen is raising questions about 3 UPMC hospitals, but the health system is pushing back. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has details.
Public Citizen is warning that UPMC Mercy, McKeesport, and Green could be at risk due to financial losses and reliance on Medicaid funding. But UPMC is disputing the findings. Speaking on the Marty Griffin Show, spokesman Paul Wood said the report should be taken quote, with a grain of salt, end quote, and said it does not reflect the reality of the system.
It failed to recognize that every hospital UPMC operates is part of an integrated system. We don't operate these hospitals as standalone, independent hospitals. By a system approach, this means that our hospitals can share specialists, share support staff, share technology, share best practices, share clinical programs.
Wood reaffirmed that all three facilities remain part of the system and will continue operating, saying there are no plans for any closures. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
CNN founder Ted Turner, an outspoken and often outrageous television pioneer, has died at the age of 87. The network says Turner died today, citing a news release from Turner Enterprises. Turner transformed an obscure Atlanta television station into the first satellite-based superstation and founded Cable News Network, the first 24-hour all-news TV network. The brash Southerner owned sports teams, was a champion yacht racer, and was married to actress Jane Fonda for 10 years. He was one of America's most extensive landowners and became a prolific philanthropist, donating $1 billion to the United Nations. A Greene County man has pleaded guilty to a series of charges after he was accused of beating and sexually assaulting his infant son. 26-year-old Zachary Byte had been charged with attempted homicide last June after his baby was taken to the hospital, where doctors found the 1-month-old had a fractured skull, brain bleeding, and other injuries. The Observer reporter says prosecutors are pushing for many of the charges to receive consecutive sentences, which would mean a maximum of up to 219 years in jail. Well, we've all been frustrated by customer service. Even the Pope. CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace has that.
2 months after becoming the Pope, Pope Leo called his bank back in Chicago to change the phone number in his account. But a customer service rep told him he could only do that in person. The Reverend Tom McCarthy, a close friend of Pope Leo, says that's when Leo told the woman he was the Pope.
She hung up on him.
The church eventually reached the bank manager.
Well, we don't want to lose the account of the Pope. Well, then change his phone number.
The bank did. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 653 points. The Nasdaq is 355 points higher. S&P 500 also gaining ground. It's up 86 points. KDKA Sports, Paul Skeens will be on the mound tonight for the Bucks when they continue their series against the Diamondbacks on the road in Arizona. KDKA Radio News time, 11:03. Still raining around the Pittsburgh area. 53 degrees is the current temperature. We'll check AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Dreaming of your next getaway? AAA Travel makes it easy with a wide variety of vacation options, from exciting cruises and guided tours to relaxing, all-inclusive resorts. Want to skip the airport? Ask about their no-fly cruises. Just hop on a comfortable motor coach from the Pittsburgh area to nearby ports like New York or New Jersey. Then set sail stress-free. No flying, no driving, just vacation. Visit your local AAA office or call 1-800-354-8761 to start planning today.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day, like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting, and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all 4 of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Is with minor delays out there right now. We're hopping over to the construction file and where you'll find some road restrictions. Just a reminder, they're doing paving and milling in the city of Pittsburgh, Forbes Avenue between Murray Avenue and Aylesboro Avenue, and also on Forbes between Plainfield Street and Margaret Morrison. Today, Aylesboro Avenue could get some attention between Murray Avenue and Whiteman Street, so heads up as you're traveling there. Not paving and milling, but some slide remediation work happening up in in Patterson Township, Beaver County. That kicked off today. This is on 8th Street, and this is as you travel between Route 51 and Darlington Road. Crews will be there during your daylight hours, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays through May, and there'll be a single alternating lane of traffic with flag persons getting you through the scene. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Plenty of clouds this afternoon and cool with a high of 58. Cloudy early tonight, some clearing late and chilly, low 39 to 43. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun, another cool day with a passing late-day shower, high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Want a health plan that travels with you? With UPMC Health Plan, you can access care wherever you are. That's access to UPMC doctors and hospitals, local providers, plus urgent and emergency care nationwide through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. What's more, you get 24/7 access to virtual care. All this with award-winning customer service from their healthcare concierge team. When your employer gives you a choice of health insurance plans, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I have a number of friends that are heroic figures in my life, and I find it awe-inspiring. I get the chills when I think about the input that I get from friends that are insanely committed to doing the right thing. It's a miracle, and I don't take it for granted. Ask any man or woman that I use on this show how much I appreciate, admire, and respect them. And Bob Garvin's one of those guys. He's a legend. He's insanely intelligent. He works his ass off. But more than anything else, he raises hell and does it to make a difference. I actually sent this email to some very powerful people in Pennsylvania that can make a difference as we try to get cameras in nursing homes, granny cams as we call them. And they were crying, a couple of them. And it will get this done. We will get this done in the next 6 months. We will have granny cams in homes within a year, I promise you that. I sent this email from a woman who sent it to me and wanted me to know what happened to her and that a granny cam could have saved her from being raped. I had one of my boys, Bob Garvin, interview her, and I had to touch base with him today regarding that. Tough to hear that kind of stuff, isn't it, brother?
Well, tell these legislators, if they're not sure, give this lady a call. In 5 minutes, everything we're trying to accomplish. This is one of the worst ones I've ever talked to, and it actually revealed that there was 2 victims in this particular nursing home.
Well, tell our listeners, because I read it, but tell our listeners what happened to this woman as you spoke to her, as you interviewed her.
This lady was in a nursing home for a long period of time due to injuries from a horrific car wreck. She's only 61, so let's not think that when we say elderly, we mean everybody's in their 90s.
Right on.
You can be in one of these homes and a stroke, you could be there at 20.
Right on.
But anyway, there was another resident in the home who came in and sexually assaulted this lady in her room at night. She claimed she reported it to the staff. They said they were going to notify authorities, and it took place 2 more times in that week. Only after another resident, there was an incident with the same person, they called the police directly. Our person couldn't because she's confined to bed.
Yeah.
The nursing home, she says, never, ever reported her initial attack, and so we had a second victim. She had to go for surgery, and to make a long story short, the facility retaliated against her and wouldn't let her come back to that one.
Wow.
She had to go to another facility that couldn't offer the same services. She spent a week that the home care had to come into an extended stay to take care of her.
What the hell did they do with the man who sexually assaulted her and someone else?
The police on the second incident, arrest him at the facility. Other people on staff told our victim here, everybody knew about it. This guy had a record and everything else.
Hold on. He was on Megan's list. He's a Megan's Law offender.
This is correct. And like I said, you have these politicians just talk to this lady and scratch out in Ohio's Esther law right in Pennsylvania, and this is law. This was the perfect, horrible example of everything we're talking about. So what we were able to do for the lady, she's in that limbo stage. You know, we're into this for 3 years. This poor lady's only into a couple months. Didn't know what's going on. She's with a good law firm, so as you know, we don't give any legal advice.
Right.
I gave her the instructions of what she needed to do to get a good status, what police to call to find out where the criminal aspect is. And like I said, one of our team here on the dogs is a 45-year nurse practitioner, so she was on the phone with us, and we gave her some guidance and some help that would really help her to talk about this.
But hold on, man. This is what the hell we're talking about. This woman was raped in a friggin' nursing home, and no one gave a crap. Seriously.
All I could say, if there was a camera in there, our $12 camera,
right on, brother,
we would not have 2 victims with multiple assaults.
Right on.
And that's what took place. And the other thing, real quick, the response we're getting from people in these nursing homes coming forth and reporting this abuse, since we reported last week on Steve Zappal's initiative, is amazing. So much that yesterday I was at a federal hearing, administrative hearing, and we learned in the administrative from a defendant, they gave some information that appears to be a felony they committed that's in the hands of Steve's office already today, and they're working on it.
So one of the most powerful people in the state, Kim Ward, has extensive interest in this and was fascinated that these cameras are only $12, and some of them are as low as $12, Patrick, and some of them are $20. In fact, I said, Kim, we'll pay for the damn cameras. Let's just go. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And it's very simple. These things are really easy to set up. And like you said, the cost, you can find them now for even $10 for a wireless camera.
Patrick, with Bob on the phone, talk about this petition.
Yeah, so I set up a petition on change.org. We've got it set up there now. It essentially explains what Esther's Law is. It's very similar to what was passed in Ohio. This is the same thing we want done here. It would protect patients, allowing them to put cameras in their own rooms. And it would keep the facilities from tampering with those cameras. Right now, there's nothing preventing them technically from interfering. At least there's nothing with any teeth that would stop them from messing with a camera in a room. Right? You can put them in a patient's room right now. They can do that. But the facilities are pushing back, and this would prevent them. They wouldn't be able to push back.
Bob, your take on the petition?
Very good. The more awareness, the better. That's the thing. We need the people to get the message out. And I think, we've been doing how many politicians have we talked to in the last year, how many state officials. And I really think people should acknowledge our district attorney, Stephen Zappal, for really stepping up. He's accomplished more in the last week than, truthfully, all these other agencies combined with their promises have in 3 years now.
Hey, without being a jerk, I got to be honest about this. We interviewed Marla Brown for 6 months. And can I tell you something? Kim Ward had never talked to her and had no idea about granny cams. And Kim Ward is the most powerful woman in Pennsylvania. Seriously. Just saying, Bob.
Well, that's why we've taken on this major approach from different angles. We've done the political part on your side.
Hold on, stop on. That's ridiculous, though, isn't it, brother?
It's just totally unacceptable.
Come on, Bob.
It's beyond everything.
Come on, man.
It's stupidity. But if we have a leader like Steve has stepped up, that's what we need. People need to. I don't know what more to say. This lady yesterday is the whole story of everything. Tell any one of these leaders, we have her phone number. She'd be more than glad to talk to them. Give her a call, find out about her story. And there's no doubt in anybody's mind that has any. We know where these people stand as politicians.
Hey, Bob, if that happens to your wife or my mother or my daughter or my wife or anyone, I want to burn that place down. They let that woman get raped.
The problem is you wouldn't know it. If a person's incapacitated, they're incapable of telling their story, and there's no camera there, and the staff are afraid of retaliation to lose their jobs, you will never know. That is the problem we're facing, that the camera eliminates that issue.
Right on. My brother. Thanks, my man.
Everybody have a good day. Please call your politicians.
We're in. Love the man. Love the man. He's amazing. Woman was raped, folks. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
Oh, what's up, Ms. Marty? We just have some minimal delays around the commute. If you are trying to head outbound on the Parkway West, you have a little bit of slow traffic going over the top of Green Tree Hill and down toward the Carnegie Interchange. But the inbound ride finally has settled down. Just a minor slowdown right around that Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound and outbound is moving nicely near the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Wanted to remind you, if you're traveling in Ross Draper Township, Westmoreland County, I-70 in both directions can have some lane restrictions for you between exit 43 for Fayette City and exit 46 for the I-70-51 interchange. Crews could be working out there during daylight hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today and again tomorrow. And then they're there during your overnight, 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. tonight, and then Thursday night into Friday morning. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Big box appliance and TV stores move volumes of product. They're not focused on you. You know who is? My friends at Voss TV and Appliance are family owned and customer focused since 1960. Rick, Matt, the entire team, experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. Voss has a huge selection of brands. Their own team does delivery and installation. And Voss's prices are amazing. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed. Man, I'll tell you what. This is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof. NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
The Pittsburgh Speaker Series at Heinz Hall, presented by University of Pittsburgh, announces its 26-27 season. 7 evenings to deepen your understanding of the world around you, featuring Anderson Cooper, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, financial journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin, former NASA Administrator Charles Bolden, and the former U.S. Ambassador to China Nicholas Burns. The series is sponsored by News Radio KDKA and the Spanos Group of Raymond James. Tickets on sale now at pittsburghspeakers.org.
Hey, this is Lisa with Nest Expressions Window Fashions. My South Hills Hunter Douglas Gallery in McMurray will be opening soon, so book your free shop-at-home consultation at nestexpressions.com.
At Perry Calder, my boy JP, one of my close friends, at his law firm, AI is for attorney intelligence, not artificial intelligence. I have sent family members and friends to his firm. Medical malpractice, the best in the country. Product liability, the same. They have won massive verdicts. Perry Calder, attorney intelligence, 412-281-4200, 412-281-4200. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I have communicating with the woman who was raped in a nursing home. extensively trying to find justice for her. I know she's with a good law firm. It's Rob Pearson Associates, and I love Rob, but there's trouble with her suit in that the company declared bankruptcy, so they try and protect themselves financially. She's not chasing dollars and cents. She just wants the damn truth out there. It's just sickening, man. And I find it ignorant that we reach out to these politicians and they don't know what the hell a granny cam is and don't give a damn. Until their loved one's in there, man, and something happens. You know, we discussed this so much it gets kind of old, but the truth is that the cameras protect them. It's very similar to what happened with the cops. There was all this pushback on body cams. Now the old school cops still hate them, but most cops can tell you right now those cameras protect them from idiots who make up stuff about cops. And that's why we want these cameras in nursing homes. And it also would facilitate another set of eyes and ears, literally, for nursing home employees who are overwhelmed. We understand how hard you work. We understand how tough the job it is. We understand how much you don't get paid. We get all of it. This would be a tool to facilitate that, where you could see into every room and actually listen. Yet we get pushback every single day because these paranoid nursing homes owned by billion-dollar corporations who are afraid of the truth. And that is the truth. My friend Deborah, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Marty. I was telling that gentleman that because of you discussing this subject, I recently was able to speak to Chief Justice Deborah Todd of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And she was quite receptive. Of course, she ended up in the hospital, and when I walked in, I didn't even recognize her. However, my sister said that she didn't want to do anything about it, so I just agreed.
Wow. Why?
I think she was afraid that she had to stay, my mother had to stay there, and perhaps more things would happen to her. I am not sure. I just decided that she was the one in charge of my mother, and I was not going to argue about it.
Yes, ma'am. I get it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you. That's my cousin. I want to grab her real quick. She has a riveting story about these cameras and the significance and how much they could mean. Look, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it's a tool, man.
Yeah.
Cuz, how are you?
Hey, Marty. Good. I was really thankful that I caught you talking about this topic.
You would, I don't want to speak for you, but we're very close, and you would advocate for these cameras, would you not?
Yes, for so many reasons.
Tell us why, and using your husband as an example.
So Neil has been in a nursing home it'll be 8 years this August. He's in a chair. He doesn't talk. He hasn't talked for over 6 years. The first reason is years ago, there was a combative resident, and granted that comes with the disease.
Sure.
But he punched Neil in the ear, and his ear was completely black and blue. And he basically, that was one time, and then he did it again. And I was so mad because I felt like they didn't protect Neil, knowing that this guy had done that already. And again, I know it's a disease, but the second time was really bad. Neil ended up going and getting going to the ER because he was injured,
And this is at Kane. This is at Kane, by the way, folks.
Yeah. And, normally, the people there, I love the staff. I think also, the other reason I think it's really important is, one, like I said, he doesn't walk and he doesn't talk. And I don't know, they can't restrain them, which is good. But I don't know at night if what he does. Does he sleep?
Excellent
is he going to fall out of bed?
Excellent point.
They're almost like babies because, and I can't be there all the time because I work. I hang out with my mom. There's just other things, my kids. So I feel like that would just give me peace of mind.
And by the way, he has what we describe as advanced dementia, or we would call it even CTE, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has to be fed now and stuff like that. But I just felt like it would just give me, as the family member, kind of peace of mind. Like, oh,
right
okay.
On.
Oh, he fell. Because one day, okay, another example. One day he did fall, and someone came in to check on him. Not that I would, like, watch the camera all the time, but
you could.
Someone came in to check on him, but he was already on the floor. He was laying on the floor.
And you can hear them.
Yeah.
Come on, it's $12, Eileen.
Well, I have no idea.
Come on.
Okay, I have no idea how long he was laying there.
Right on.
Because, again, I love the staff. Weekends, it's a lot of times not the regular people. And, again, nothing there, but they're short-staffed.
Sure they are.
And they're overworked. And there's a lot. So here's the other thing. There's a lot of other residents that have, like I was saying, behavioral issues.
Yes.
Well, they take a lot more time and energy from the staff.
They do.
And so someone like me who's never had behavioral issues and who now hasn't talked in 6 years, it's not, they might not do it on purpose, but they might just not have as much time for him.
Sure.
I guess I'll say
that.
So, like, for me, it would just be good. I could see, what's happening.
Eileen, I love you. Thanks, cuz. Appreciate you.
Hey, I shared that, so hopefully we'll get more signatures.
Thanks, my dear. We're in. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Love you. Bye.
He has not communicated with anyone in 6 years, her husband. Significant brain injury, probably from playing hockey. Probably. He was a hell of a man, too. And she's an amazing, friggin' heroic figure.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your KFC weekend weather update. Saturday will bring considerable clouds with rain and drizzle, primarily in the morning. The temperature will reach a high of 63 degrees, introducing the KFC $10 bucket of the day deal. Now, every weekday, you get a different bucket of crispy, crunchy chicken for just $10 each. 24 nuggets, $10, 8 piece, $10, 10 wings, $10, 8 tenders, $10 only at KFC. Prices and participation may vary while supplies last.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
When you're handling an estate or an inherited home, the decisions can feel overwhelming. At Homebuyers of Pittsburgh, we help families through this every single week. We make a quick, fair cash offer on the home, coordinate any cleanouts, help you through the process, and we'll buy it in its current condition. No pressure, no surprises. Visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057 for help selling today. That's 412-500-9057 for help selling today.
Homebuyers of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's local trusted homebuyer since 2015.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 51 degrees and cloudy at 11:30. I'm David Ballarado. UPMC is pushing back on a report that the watchdog group Public Citizen put out that listed 4 of its local hospitals as being at risk of closing. They were UPMC Mercy, UPMC McKeesport, and UPMC Green. The report said that risk was due to a reliance on government-funded care, and with federal cuts to Medicaid, they faced an uncertain future. UPMC Chief Medical Officer Paul Wood spoke to KDKA's Marty Griffin.
You know, the bottom line is it took one single data point and it drew conclusions without accounting for the full picture of how hospitals like UPMC actually operate.
He says that's as a system where facilities share resources to ensure stability. AP's Lisa Dwyer reports on a new public opinion poll on immigration.
A new AP NORC poll finds about 6 in 10 U.S. adults say the U.S. is no longer a great place for immigrants, though they believe it used to be. The belief that America used to be great for immigrants is more prominent among Democrats and independents, as well as among people who were born outside the U.S. Only about 3 in 10 U.S. adults say the U.S. is now a great place for immigrants, while about 1 in 10 say it never was. About 1/3 of U.S. adults say they know someone personally that has started carrying proof of their immigration status or have significantly changed their routines. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow is 587 points higher. The Nasdaq is up 375. The S&P 500 currently higher by 86 points. KDK Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin. With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks.
You ever wait way too long for a haircut and finally get one and think, why didn't I do that months ago?
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you're walking taller, smiling bigger, and feeling like a new person.
That's exactly what it feels like when you finally replace that old roof or deck. You don't realize how bad it looked or how much better it could be until it's done.
And when it is, your whole house feels fresh again.
Give your home that clean-cut confidence with a new deck, roof, or siding project.
Call the Cousins.
Call the Cousins.
Every family vacation looks different. Maybe this year it's ocean waves in Myrtle Beach. Maybe it's lake mornings in Deep Creek. Maybe it's palm trees and turquoise water in St. Thomas. Wherever your next memory takes you, SWAC Vacation Rentals has the space, comfort, and experiences that bring everybody together. And when you book direct, you get the best homes at the best price without the extra fees. Start planning your next trip at SWAC, SWACK vacations.com. That's SWACvacations.com.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice, the village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Right now, we'll make your move to the village perfect too. Up to $2,000 toward moving costs. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Pittsburgh Regional Transit is now hiring full-time bus drivers. It's a great place to accelerate your career. We offer great pay and terrific benefits like health care, paid vacation time, dental, vision, and more. We're even offering a starting bonus for those who qualify. Call 412-566-5162 to pre-register for our upcoming hiring event on May 15th, 2026. Candidates may receive an offer that same day. Go to rideprt.org/careers to learn more. PRT is an equal opportunity employer.
The 45th deserves local leadership you can trust. Pat Katina is the name we know and the leader we trust. A lifetime resident focused on strengthening our infrastructure and protecting the values that matter most to our families. The choice is clear. Vote Katina for the 45th by mail or in person on May 19th. Paid for by friends of Pat Katina.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have an accident in Lawrenceville. Heads up as you're coming across or trying to get to the 40th Street Bridge. This is on 40th Street at Foster Street, which is at the very end of that block that comes off of the bridge and heads into Lawrenceville. So kind of a busy intersection. Watch out for the slowdowns around that. Across the river on 28, you're moving along nicely, but you do have slowdowns as you're trying to come inbound on the Parkway West. You're backing up right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Also seeing some slow traffic getting up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, headed for the outbound tunnels, especially from the Parkway East. It's sluggish between Grant Street and Stanwyck Street. Parkway East is rolling well in both directions near the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711. 1.
After a rainy morning this afternoon will be mostly cloudy and much cooler than yesterday, the high 58. Cloudy early tonight, some clearing late and chilly, though 39 to 43. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sun, a cool day with a shower late, the high 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
The show kind of rubs you raw sometimes, and I think it's important. I think that we have to expose ourselves for other people to understand themselves. And I think if we talk about our lives, it helps you to talk about your life. And I think in a therapeutic way. I mean, think about my cousin. Her husband was in his 50s when this started happening to him. He was a hell of a man, still is. Very, very successful software salesman, beautiful family, beautiful wife. They live a couple miles from us in Lebo. And he started kind of wandering. He would take like 6-hour walks, and he took his car to New York and thought it was stolen, but he just lost it. And he played hockey. He was one of the best hockey players in the country. Had eight goals in one game. They think that he had a serious level of concussions, and that led to this. And as Patrick knows, and as we've discussed, you can't really even determine if that's what he has until after they die. But that's, in all likelihood. It's what happened to John Burnett, one of our favorite people in the world, KDKA weatherman, college football. I grabbed one of the sports guys in the hall this morning and who played in the NFL, quite frankly, and asked him if he'd been hearing about his friends. And he said, yes, it's happening more and more. One of my closest friends, Ron Layton, has 2 PhDs. He has 2 master's degrees. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame and is so concerned about CTE and concussions. When we have dinner, he takes a baggie, I am not exaggerating, with at least 200 pills in it. Handfuls of pills. It's horrible. And not for him. He's cool, but he's trying to be proactive. But for Eileen, she's lived with this. And her son's getting married. And he can't talk to dad. Awful. She loves him to death. It's amazing. And I mentioned earlier in the show, and I was thinking about my boy, Norm, who's one of my close friends. What do you do when you find out someone has cancer, and in particular, a fatal cancer? And then Norm went through the same cancer that I had, HPV-related, went through the same treatments, and at the same time juggled 2 very successful businesses. And he's alive to tell about it, but he still struggles. And I wanted to grab him real quick. It is a war, isn't it, Norm?
It's the worst thing you can ever imagine. It changes everything. It changes your everything. Because, I'm an Italian. I love food, and I have no taste buds.
Still, Norm. Still.
It's coming back. But it's not like, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's nothing like it was.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just nothing like it was. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I'm just now acquiring a taste for hamburgers again, which I love.
Yep.
And but it's hey, I lost 68 pounds, Marty, and just amazing what it does to you. And I just never thought in a million years I'd go through it. But I had an earache, and I went in for an earache and walked out with cancer. So what are you supposed to do? I mean, who knows, right? Who knows?
And Norm, you mentioned something that scared me, actually, because I went through this. My wife had to perform the Heimlich.
It's kind of like my mouth and my swallowing are not coordinated anymore. They don't work together. It's like I have to think about everything I do, and I got to chew, and then have to think about swallowing. It's just ridiculous, to tell you the truth.
It is, Norman. Norm is a badass, and Norm may be the most positive man I've ever met. But Norm, it beats you down, doesn't it, brother?
Well, it's the worst thing in the world. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And sometimes, to be honest with you, when you hear the word you've got cancer, it scares the heck out of you naturally.
Yep.
But then I don't think people realize that the treatments aren't that easy.
Oh.
I think the treatments might be worse than actually the cancer.
Yeah, so you have a whole nother perspective on life and death and survival. Yeah, so you have a whole nother perspective on into your lungs. And so that's what happens. You start to choke. It's scary.
That's it right there.
Yep.
That's it right there. And I do